we decided to analyze the relationship between GDP per capita and number of years of education between Nigeria, China, South Africa, Russia, and the United States. Our hypothesis was, as the more years of education men ages 15 to 24 receive, it will result in higher GDP per capita. According to Gapminder, the majority of the countries we found have a positive correlation. However, South Africa and Russia have a linear projection and neither increase nor decrease GDP based on education.
Specifically, we decided to focus on men ages 15 to 24. In exploring the maps from Our World in Data, we discovered that Central Africa and parts of the Middle East and Asia consistently have low levels of income and years of education. According to the OECD library, the reason why these two variables depend so much on each other is because the skills available in the labor force and the price of those skills determine how countries will fare in the global market. As services and production systems become more complex, they require workers with higher levels of education.
When you compare the two maps side by side, the majority of countries that have the highest levels of education also have the highest levels of GDP. Specifically, the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom constantly have the highest GDP, which suggests that they constantly have high-quality education.
You might ask yourself if higher education is worth it. The United States averages about 13.4 years of education, while China averages 7.8 years. When comparing the GDP per capita of both countries, each household in the United States averages about $60,236 international dollars, while China averages $16,411 international dollars. This is a drastic difference. However, there could possibly be other factors that affect the GDP per capita for a country. For example, China is a communist country and the United States is a democratic republic. Even if the average years of education were the same, there would still be a difference in this category.
Another factor that can make a drastic change to these statistics is the quality of education regarding the country. This map shows the mean performance on the math scores of the PISA test for countries that participated in the test. It is clear that the schools that average the higher scores on these tests have a higher quality of education than the schools that average lower scores. There are also tests for science and reading that were administered by PISA that produce identical results.
While looking at the United States specifically, among people in the age range of 18 to 24, 7% did not finish high school. 22% of people who completed high school would have achieved nothing else regarding education, and 11% have attended some form of higher education but did not receive a degree. This 11% is a strange concoction of people. Some have completed occupational-related programs, which includes IT, healthcare, and trades. Others, however, are people who attended college, took one or two classes that were not focused on specific skills, and dropped out. Cost of higher education could also be a very likely reason for the incompleteness of degrees. The United States has an average cost of $8,202 per year for college for public education. This average is the highest among all other countries. This causes people who have recently graduated high school to shy away from higher education due to the great cost that it comes with. Countries like Norway, Germany, Greece, France, and Sweden all offer free higher education, which encourages many people to attend college.
In conclusion, we found our hypothesis to be correct and that as more men receive higher quality education, it results in higher GDP per capita.